Look at that. What would cause that? Well, some of it's filth. The other half of it, I would say, is probably the water. See that? See the gray stuff that's floating around? That's your nickel coating on your ice machine up there. Yeah, it's not doing so well.
This video is brought to you in part by TruTech Tools. Quality tools, essential support.
Alright guys, we're getting ready to look at an ice machine. It's not producing ice. I have a feeling I know what it is. At least some of it. How you doing?
Alright, you?
Not too bad. So, I gave her and I asked the manager about it. She's like, hey, this little water thing here, it like goes way down low. So, it's producing some ice, she said. It was dripping. Not looking really all that great. Oh yeah, just like brand new. Yeah, that's a problem. I'm gonna say we've got some water issues. Yeah, just like brand new. Look at that. What would cause that? Well, some of it's filth. The other half of it, I would say, is probably the water. You can see that the water trough down here is completely empty. It's trying to run right now. See that? See the gray stuff that's floating around? That's your nickel coating on your ice machine up there. Yeah, it's not doing so well. No real LED lights there. Let's see if we can put this thing into a harvest. So to put it into a harvest, we're going to need to put this door back on. And to put the door back on, we need to break some of that ice loose. There we go, good enough to get the door on. So let's put this door back on. There we go. And then what that's going to do is make the magnetic switch close. There we go. And so we got the one light there. Let's go ahead and take this harvest sensor here, water thickness, and right now, yeah, usually might be in a harvest now. I don't know, that water level's all over the place. There we go. They got her into it. That red light came on. So we're just going to let this thing run into a harvest. See if it's strong enough, enough refrigerant to put it into a harvest. Let's go ahead and get some of this junk out of the way. Go ahead and take this top off. So what we're going to do here, it's a mixture of needing new water filter and just needing clean. These are supposed to be done at a minimum every 6 months. We've got hospitals that have them done every 3 months, and even at every 3 months, they're usually needing cleaned. So, unfortunately, they do not get done near as often as they should be done. But this should be fairly simple. Like I've said in a lot of my videos past, most everything that's wrong with these is usually just lack of maintenance. We can feel some warmth coming through here. It is our marine metering device coming through. What it does is just dumps hot gas through the evaporator plate to melt it off, and it bypasses. You can see right here, here's the TXV. Right there is the hot gas coming through, going down into there, and coming back, and going into the suction. That's how they harvest it. Now this one here is one of the older ones that doesn't have the sensors up here on top of the bottom like the newer ones do. This should start falling off here real soon. But I think what we're going to find is most of our issue is going to be with this water filter. So we'll go ahead and get a new water filter on here. Go ahead and purge that out. There we we're doing right now is the water's coming through the copper line. Didn't flush out any of the carbon. We just kicked out a harvest we need. Okay, defrost harvest, same difference. All right, that's a lot better than it was. A lot better than it was. A lot better. So we're gonna give this thing a down and dirty. Look at that water pressure right there. That's nice. That's a nice screen right there. Can you see it? That means we've got good water pressure. And look at that. While it's running, we've got almost 25, 30 pounds with a full nice screen like that. Let's go ahead and stop that because there's no reason to run it. And we'll do some down and dirty on this and get this stupid thing cleaned up. Same thing we did the last time. I'll pull the probe out here, start running some cleaner through it, and get her running. All right, so the audio is going to be a little cruddy right there because I had the wrong microphone turned on. But hey, we're going to go ahead and get this thing cleaned out. I'm sure we got a little bit of growth back here in the back, which surprisingly we don't. Yeah, there we do. Here's a little bit of nasty growth. All right, good deal. Get some of this thing cleaned out, see if we can get this thing up and going for them. That ice there is just about shot. This thing needs a good cleaning. Got the date on there, so now they will know when it was new, not when to change it. You never know. Sometimes people get confused. Go ahead and grab the pliers and we'll take that thing apart. We have been trying out these Crescent side cuts. They've been doing really good. And these linesmans, they've been doing pretty good too. If you notice where the pivot point is right here, it's really close to the cutting edge, which gives it more leverage. They did the same thing here with this one right here. So right now, so far, these are my two. They've been doing really good. Handles feel good. It's got a nice, good cutting edge on it. Now, I've been using this one here. I'm not so sure I like this as much. I mean, if you like that style, I don't like it as much. But I don't know. They're smaller is probably a lot of it. But I mean, they work. They grip. They're a little less than what my Kinepics are, but for the most part, they do a good job. For $16 compared to $45, they're good enough to get the job done. So if you don't have a lot of money and you're looking for a good quality tool that just, it's definitely worth taking a look at. The linesmans and the side snips, now that is a different story. I feel as though these are pretty wicked. What I use this for is to loosen up some of these little thumb screws. They're just a little difficult to get in there and get a hold of them. Notice Klein sitting there saying these are not hammers. I have not broken a pair of linesmans yet by using them as hammers. I've had some cheaper pliers that have really done an amazing job. So, yeah, it's nasty. Then I usually grab a hold of this right here, pull out, and get that out of there. There you go. That's a distributor tray. Like you can tell, that's not been tore apart for a long time. So we don't maintain this machine. It's done by their own personal maintenance people. Let's go ahead and go over so we can clean some of this mucus membrane off of here, and we'll get the rest of the machine cleaned out. Get the growth membrane off of it and get her done and get out of here as quick as possible. Everybody wins. And then get all that nasty stuff out of there. Well, as you can see, it looks like crap, but that stuff is going in there. That's the most important part. Let's go ahead and put it back together. And we will start running some cleaner through it. We'll go ahead and we'll just clean this like this. So this is where we're going to go grab the cleaner. Now it is important to get right through here and get this cleaned up because that's going to be your water distribution, and you want it to fall over equally all the way down the panel. If it's got any type of weird buildup, so you ever have to replace one of these little things here on top and you have silicone on it, the water will walk around that silicone. So make sure you get that all nice and clean and clear, just like brand new again. Good for another 20 years. Yeah. There we go. Let's go ahead and get this back together. Now, one thing I will mention when I do this like this, I will dump the pan down below and rinse everything out with that. Even though it'll rinse out on its own, I do dump it out because this stuff does tend to leave some residue behind in the drain pan down below. So I do usually take that out one time and dump it and rinse it to get the last bit of the green stuff out. Just my own personal way of like doing it. You can probably clean the back behind here yet. We still got to do that one little piece down there at the bottom. Okay, get this back up. There we go. All right, and then we want to make sure we get up in here real good because there's a lot of crud up in there usually. We're going to have to probably just trash this ice. Yeah, pretty much you can do about it. That or just rinse it off really good, but we're just going to trash it. You can see it having an effect there on the metal. It's fizzing like an Alka-Seltzer tab. Get that all loosened up and we'll rinse that off here in just a bit. Alright guys, got her all cleaned up there. Little juice pocket. Rinse this thing out real good. When you get water up in here, generally what you'll have problems with after the fact when you get to put it into freeze mode is you'll have it wanting to go into harvest because the water is up here in this crevices up in here. So what I do is blow it out with some compressed air, nitrogen, or anything else that creates pressure. And I don't have that pressure on, but you can see we got it all nice and pretty. Much better than it was. Okay, got her all cleaned out. Let's go back in there and put it back together. All right. Loop this thing back up and over again. Bring her down through the back side and out to the front. Now that is all high voltage in there, so make sure you don't get your fingers in there. I don't make these videos for freaking business owners trying to avoid paying somebody like us to do it. It's honestly just help some of the new guys or help just doing it for entertainment purposes. There we go. That's it. We're doing this for entertainment purposes. Originally it was to try to help the new guys. Now it's just for entertainment. Sure. Don't even know why I do it, honestly. Some people appreciate it. There's a lot of people who haven't done it before, and then they want to learn how to do it. It definitely is yucky looking, and it will get that.
Did they put a work order in for the air conditioner too, by
Nope.
any chance?
Nope.
Shame on them.
Well, it's a little cold to be working.
Black stuff.
Huh?
It's sticking out. It's spitting out like black.
Well, it's because no, it's you got grease in the air. It's getting sucked into the air conditioning coil. So yeah. And honestly, I prefer to have a bit different bib to catch some of the water because all it does is make a hell of a mess all over all your stuff.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yep.
Now, is this all back working again?
It will once I turn it back on. We have it in clean mode. It's starting to fill up, which we can see the water down there starting to come in. I'm going to go ahead and add our cleaner here. That just follows down into the tray. Goes down there. Yeah, they recommend on average probably 3 ounces, I think it is. Yeah. I'm going to make it 3 ounces for the S300 and 5 ounces for the 4050 694. So 694, they're going to be right around 5 ounces. So we're right on the money with what they're wanting. The big thing here is we're wanting to get all that residual that's on the plates to release any calcium buildup because it's just like sandpaper. It doesn't allow the ice to slide off as well. The nickel coating on these plates is worn pretty good, and it definitely helps them slide off, the ice slide off when it's clean. So as soon as we get done with that, we should be able to make some ice, and I think the refrigerant hopefully is fine, but we'll find out here soon enough. And we've got everything cleaned down in here, all these up in here. Alright, it's rinsed a few times, so I like to take that out, make sure it's all clean, no buildups in there, which it looks fine. The stuff you see there, that's just leftovers from the buildup of calcium. The water here is not the greatest. So we'll just go ahead and put that back in. Everything's clean. We got her put into clean mode. So it should start filling up here right now. And it's started its freeze mode. We're going to go and put the stop back on and see how it does. Alright. Alright, up here on the roof, let's take a look. Make sure this coil's clean. A little bit dirty. It's not horrible. We're going to be doing the maintenance before long on some of these other units, so we'll let it go till then. It's been running for a little while. Let's take a look at our ice pattern here. Got pretty good pattern evenly across. It's a little thin here in the top left corner, but it might have just been from the water not getting all of the edge corners. That usually wears off after that. We're just about there. Yeah, see, it's hitting. See that right there? When I move it away from it, it goes away. So it's ready to go into harvest right now. We'll check this out and see what it does. There it goes. Okay. Let's time this turd out and see what we get. Alright, right now we are at about a 1.5 minute area. And I can feel it at the very top starting to loosen up. Let's see what we get here. Make sure we don't have any leftover floaties down here. It looks like it's all clean. Nothing fell down here, because that's always a problem you gotta watch out for. Scoop fell down. That shouldn't be in there either. That wasn't too impressive, but it did make ice. Let's take a peek. It does look like it fell completely off. Yep, completely cleaned the pattern off. Completely cleaned off the plate. We'll probably go just a little bit thicker, because that did not hit as hard as what I figured it should have. We could just do one slight adjustment. That's almost as far as it can go. Yeah, I'll try that, see how that does. Alright, it's working pretty good. We've got a bigger batch of ice obviously being made now. And that's going to wrap this one up, guys.